Hey friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another installment of 5 on Fridays. If you are not familiar with this series, it's where I have, in a horrible dream or world, I have lost all of my luxury items and I will only be allowed to buy 5 items and only from one brand. So this stemmed from a talk that I did with a women's group, and back when I only kept 5 bags out during part of our renovation, and it sort of led me to think about this series and think about, okay, if I could only have 5 bags, what would they be? And then I thought, it'd be kind of fun to break it down by fashion house. So today we're going to be talking about Loewe. So let's get into the 5 items that I would buy from Loewe if I could only have 5 items and only from Loewe. All right, so this is actually a very appropriate video right now because I do believe that when you are watching this video, I will be in Spain, and Loewe is a Spanish brand. So I'm excited to check out some of their boutiques there. You will have already seen my Spain luxury wish list, so you will know what potential Loewe bags are on my wish list, and we'll see if maybe any of those end up here. But let's get started. Let's start with an item that I do not have in my collection, and that is the small hammock bag. Now, I have to say, this bag, it's a little different, right? And if I don't have these items, I will obviously pop pictures up here so you know what I'm talking about. But the hammock bag is a really unique looking bag, and I remember seeing it for the first time when I went to the Loewe boutique in Soho and seeing it on the shelf and kind of thinking, it sort of reminds me like it could be a cousin sort of the Lindy bag from Hermes, which I also didn't like originally. When I remember when I saw a Lindy bag for the first time at the Madison Avenue boutique here in New York. In fact, I think it was when David and I, when we got my Evelyn PM bag, and they had a few, mind you, a very few bags on display at that time. And one of them was the Lindy, and I just remember looking at that bag, and I think I said something to David like, oh my God, who would buy that bag? Well, isn't it interesting how our tastes change and how things change, especially if we are influenced and, see somebody that you admire carrying something. Anyway, my point is, because of the way the handle sort of connects to the top handles of the bag on a hammock bag, it like I said, to me it bears some similarity to the Hermes Lindy bag. Now obviously there's a lot of it that's very, very different, and we'll kind of go through that. But I tried one on. I don't even know what possessed me to try one on. I went in to try on some puzzle bags, and while I was there, like I said, I saw it and I tried one on, and then a woman happened to come up to me and comment and say that it looked really great on me. And she said, I have one and it is my absolute favorite bag to carry. So I just thought that was interesting. It's always nice. I don't know how you guys feel, but I always love it when strangers come up to me, and I always try to make a point. If I see somebody and I think something looks great on them, I will almost always say something, probably to the horror of my children if they happen to be with me, but I just think it's nice, right? Especially if it's somebody that you don't know, I think that means a lot when somebody just kind of goes out of their way to say something. But I totally digress. That's not the point of this story or this video. But I tried it on and I loved it. I tried on both the compact, which is a little bit smaller, and I tried on the small. I think for my height and my frame, at least at the time, I think the small looked a little bit better on me. But what's really interesting about the hammock is the number of ways that you can wear this bag. So you obviously can wear it crossbody. You can wear it as a long shoulder bag. I think if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've looked at this bag, that you probably could shorten that strap and make it more of a short shoulder bag. But then there are all these different ways that you can pull the sides out of the bag, and then it has a zipper on two of the sides that are opposing. It's almost like a fortune cookie, sort of, but it has that sort of, you know, kind of fortune teller, fortune cookie kind of shape, in that you can pull it. It has sort of four corners, and so on two of the sides there are zippers, so you can unzip that and really kind of make it, you know, wing out. In that respect, it sort of reminds me of some of the old school Celine bags, right? Like the Phantom, and oh, I'm blanking on what one of the other one was that was kind of big when Phoebe Philo was part of Celine, but you could like pull those like sides out so they kind of were like wings. And anyway, but I really like the versatility of this bag. It, you know, would be a great daily carry, you know, kind of an everyday bag. I don't remember how it closes. I'll have to look when I'm pulling the pictures for this video, but I can't remember if it closes all the way. So again, it may not be the optimal bag to take traveling, for example, if you're worrying about people, you know, reaching into your bag and pickpocketing, things like that. But I just think from an overall bag point of view, I think it's great. And yeah, I would love to add one to my collection. So next up, let's talk about a bag that I do have currently in my collection, and that is the mini Flamenco bag. So this one I actually was able to get on sale last year, I think through Neiman's, if I remember correctly, through one of my, turn it around, because the anagram, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the anagram is right there in the corner. That's one of the things I love about Loewe. Their branding is very, very minimal for the most part. So if you don't know, first of all, I mean, it's a blind stamp, meaning that it's just stamped into the leather and there's no like foiling on it or anything, so it's very, very hard to see, hence the name blind. But you know, even if you could see it, which like I said, I think for the most part it's pretty hard to see. I'm trying to kind of maneuver it so you can see it. If you don't know what it is and you can see it, you have no idea that this is a designer, you know, luxury handbag. But like I said, got this on sale. I feel like it was like somewhere between 30 and 40% off. I want to say it was, let's see, the current price of the mini Flamenco is $2,850. Oh, wow, that seems like it's even more than it was, what the regular retail price was when I purchased this. I feel like I paid like around $1,700 for this, something like that. But it just has a single magnet, as you can see there, at the top, so it just comes together. And then it has, take this out, it does have an adjustable, and you can remove it. So if you wanted this to be, you know, just a clutch kind of bag, which I know certainly some people do carry it that way. But what I love about this is that you can pull these so that the bag cinches in like that. And this bag actually carries everything that I need for a daily basis. I wore it actually recently, so I'll pop a picture up for you to see, but I was wearing like a kind of a lilac colored linen shirt that had sort of puffy chiffon kind of short sleeves, and obviously because it was lilac, I thought, oh, well, that's perfect. I will wear my lilac bag. The inside is mostly suede. As you can see here, it's obviously the same leather here on the top, but the majority of the interior is suede. And just this leather, you guys, Loewe's leather is tremendous. I mean, it is just smushy and gushy, as I like to say, and it just molds to the body. And like I said, you know, for being a mini bag, it really does carry a lot. So I love it. There are no interior pockets or anything. It's just one big opening. Yeah, I love it. And I would 100%, if I was only buying 5 bags and they had to be from Loewe, a mini puzzle bag would be an absolute one on the list. So sticking with the flamenco style, I, you know, would probably want something a little bit larger as well. And I love the flamenco totes that they have. That one comes in at $3,150. So like I said, it's definitely a shoulder bag. You're not gonna wear this crossbody. It has, you know, 2 straps to wear on the shoulder. Super comfortable again, because the leather is so soft and malleable. It just, you know, molds to the body. And I think, like I said, especially for a tote bag, which, you know, is bigger to start with. To have something that has that type of leather that can just mold against your body, I think is a huge plus. So number 3 would be the large flamenco bag in black. The fourth bag, and this again is one that I do not have in my collection, and that is the Amazona 16 bag. Again, I'll, you know, pop some pictures up here, and I would do it in the color Angora, which is kind of a cream color for Loewe, but it's 6.3 inches long by 5.5 inches high by 3.3 inches in depth, and they come in at $2,950. So for me, this would be a little bit smaller of a crossbody bag. So if I'm, you know, looking for something where I don't need to carry quite as much, but I want something that's secure because it's got the zipper top, I think this would be a great option. This bag really reminds me of, is it the Toolbox, I think, from Hermes? And it also really reminds me of a Delvaux bag, which I am completely blanking on the name. And I'll pop a picture up here of it as well. But yeah, to me, this style bag, like I said, has some, you know, sort of distant cousins out there in some other fashion houses. But yeah, just for a great casual grab and go bag, if you don't need to really carry that much, and because I'd be getting the, you know, mini flamenco in a fun sort of pop of color like I have now, you know, to have something that is on the smaller side, but a great crossbody bag would be great in a neutral. Now, I will say the thing about Loewe is you're not really gonna find any like dressy bags there. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to really fill that kind of need with a Loewe bag. So I will have to satisfy that if I need one with, you know, some kind of high street, you know, contemporary type bag. But I do think that the Amazona is a great crossbody bag, and that would be number 4. And number 5, I don't think would surprise anybody if you've watched me before, and that is my small puzzle bag, and I would 100% get it in this sand color again. Now, what would irritate me if I had to go through this process in real life is that, as we know, they do not make the classic, which is what this is, puzzle bag anymore. They only make the edge. So for several years they had both, right? They had the classic, which has more puzzle pieces, and these are all like cut and fit together. And they had the puzzle edge, which has fewer pieces. Anyway, unfortunately, unless I buy it on the pre-loved market, I would not be able to get this exact one. I would have to get the puzzle edge version, which wouldn't be my favorite thing to get. But, you know, if I'm only allowed to have 5 and it's gonna be Loewe, I would definitely still want a puzzle, whatever kind it is, in the sand color. This color, for me, is the quintessential neutral color. It is somewhat similar. It is not super dissimilar from Idyl from Hermes, which also for me is a perfect neutral color. I need something that leans a little bit cooler, and I just had a very hard time styling, for example, the sort of standard Hermes gold color. So this bag, and which is also why I wouldn't get the sort of classic caramel color that Loewe does this puzzle bag in. I absolutely love this bag. It has come traveling with me. It will be, spoiler alert for my packing video, it will be one of the bags that I take with me to Spain. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm still in the midst right at the moment of putting my packing list together. I'm actually going to be using my Index app to plan out my outfits and kind of get my packing list together as far as like clothing and accessories and shoes are concerned. So I will definitely, again, share that with you. I'm going to be doing a Spain wish list video, which you will have already seen. And actually, by the time you see this video, you will also have seen my packing, pack with me kind of video. So you guys, I'm sure, are very familiar, especially if you've watched my channel. You know all about this bag. It's got the top zipper here with the flap that covers it. It's also got this back zipper here, which, you know, is not a huge pocket. Sometimes I'll stick my phone in there vertically just if I, you know, need to be hands-free or something like that. But I love the top handle. I do have it stuffed right now. It's got the crossbody strap on it in there as well. But I love the way it's starting to, you know, sort of sag and mush and things. And again, this is the pebbled leather. So just to kind of give you a difference, this is the Loewe smooth calfskin leather, and then this is the pebbled leather. Hopefully you can see that there. So those are two of the different leather styles that Loewe does. They also do that like satinated calfskin as well in some of the puzzle bags. I've heard those really scratch easily, so probably not one that I would add to my collection. I would definitely get the pebbled one again. So love this bag. This is a 100% repurchase for me. So that's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed today's installment of 5 on Friday, talking about the 5 Loewe bags that I would purchase if I could only have 5. Let me know in the comments below what would be your choices from Loewe if that was the only choice you had. I know some of these brands are a little bit harder, right? Because some of them maybe lean super dressy. Some of them may lean a little more casual like Loewe does. So, you know, again, guys, it's suspension of disbelief. So just pretend that this is what you're doing and just let it go and let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. It does help the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like this kind of content and maybe you've watched a few, what are you waiting for? There's no cost to you. You just click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way you know when I upload videos. I do have a second channel if you want to follow along with me on my right now weight loss journey, and then after that's kind of complete, as I move into more of a health and wellness journey, feel free to join us over there. The link to that channel is down in the description box. If you haven't had enough of me quite yet, there'll be another video up here for you to watch. And wherever you are, I hope you are having an amazing day or evening, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.